When a multi-billion-dollar tech merger gets the official green light, that's usually the end of the story, right? Well, what happens when that approval is actually just the beginning of the fight? Today, we're diving into a huge legal showdown that pits European cloud providers against the European Commission itself, and it's all about one of the biggest tech deals we've seen in a long, long time.
Okay, so before we really get into it, I've got a quick but really important note for you. This explainer is an attempt to explain the potential impact to innovation in various tech sectors with products related to force-bundled products discussed in the complaint CISP filed against the European Commission on July 23rd in case T503/25, and no further guidance on the source document was provided. What that means is, we're sticking directly to the claims made in that specific legal filing.
So, what's all the fuss about? Well, behind the scenes, a massive legal battle is heating up. A group that represents European cloud providers is actually taking the European Commission to court. Why? Because the Commission approved the gigantic merger between Broadcom, a huge semiconductor company, and VMware, who is an absolute king in cloud virtualization software. That's the magic stuff that lets one physical server act like a whole bunch of separate virtual machines.
To really get what this case is all about, we're going to break it down into the three main arguments, or pleas, that are the backbone of the whole complaint. We'll look at who's involved, the claims about market dominance, the big controversy over forcing companies to buy product bundles, and finally, the potential threat to innovation itself.
All right, first things first, let's set the stage and get to know the key players in this high-stakes game.
So on one side, you've got the applicant, CISP. That's a group representing cloud providers all over Europe, and they're the ones throwing down the legal gauntlet. On the other side, we have the defendant, the European Commission. That's the powerful executive branch of the EU that handles competition law. They're the ones who said the deal was okay, and now they have to defend that decision. And right in the middle of it all, the Broadcom/VMware merger, a deal that puts an incredible amount of power into the hands of just one company.
Okay, let's dig into the first big argument from CSP. They're basically saying the Commission completely failed to look at the very obvious risk of creating a new, super dominant player in the market. And that, they argue, is the first step toward killing off competition and fresh ideas.
Now listen to this quote because it really gets to the core of their argument. CISP isn't just saying, hey, we don't like this outcome. No, they're claiming that the Commission didn't even do the basic legal analysis it was supposed to. They're basically accusing them of not doing their job. And here's the kicker. According to the complaint, the Commission already knew about all these red flags. They knew VMware was a beast with very few real competitors. They knew customers were pretty much locked in and couldn't easily switch. They were also totally aware of Broadcom's reputation for aggressive business tactics after buying other companies, and they'd gotten direct warnings from others in the industry. So CISP's question is simple. With all this sitting right in front of you, how on earth did you not investigate the potential for anti-competitive behavior?
Now for their second big point, which is all about something called forced product bundling. This is the part that could really hit customers and competitors hard. It's the idea that a powerful company could use its leverage in one area to make you buy its stuff in another, whether you want to or not.
So, what is product bundling exactly? Well, imagine you walk into a bakery just wanting a cup of coffee, but the baker tells you, sorry, you can only buy coffee if you also buy this donut and this bagel. That's the gist of it. In the tech world, this means a company with a must-have product, like VMware software, could force its customers to also buy its hardware or other software just to get the one thing they actually need.
And this is where you really see the two sides clashing. The Commission basically looked at the past. They said, well, these products weren't bundled before the merger, so there's no problem. But CISP is saying that totally misses the point. Their argument is that the Commission failed to look at the future, what Broadcom might do, and that they ignored Broadcom's history with other companies it bought, like CA Technologies and Symantec, where, allegedly, bundling happened right after the deal closed.
And all of this brings us to their third and maybe most crucial argument. They believe the ultimate victim of this merger won't just be competitors or customers, but the very idea of innovation itself.
And really, this is the question that hangs over this entire case. Think about it. When one company gets too much control and starts forcing everyone to buy their all-in-one package, what's the incentive for smaller, scrappier companies to create a better, more specialized solution? Where do the next game-changing ideas come from if the path to the market is completely blocked?
So here's where CSP uses some really strong legal language. They're accusing the Commission of a manifest error. That's not just a minor disagreement. They're saying the Commission made a huge, fundamental mistake in its judgment by not properly investigating how this merger could just stop innovation in its tracks. A mistake they believe could harm the European tech scene for years to come.
So let's do a quick recap of how we got here. The Commission gave the thumbs up to the deal in July of 2023. After that, CISP claims the bad stuff they predicted started to happen. 2 years later, they filed this lawsuit, and now the whole thing is in the court's hands.
So what does CSP actually want the court to do? Well, they are not asking for a slap on the wrist. They want the court to completely annul the Commission's decision. They want to turn back the clock and make it so the merger was never approved in the first place. And they want the European Commission to pay for all the legal bills.
At the end of the day, this case is about so much more than just one merger. It's a direct challenge to how Europe regulates big tech and protects its own digital future. The outcome here could set a massive precedent, forcing regulators to look not just at how the market is today, but how a powerful new giant could totally change it tomorrow, which leaves us all with one final and very important question to think about.